No. Travis Browne, look, last night we got to see Fabricio Werdum versus Travis Browne. The winner of this has the unenviable task of taking on Cain Velasquez. Fabricio Werdum put on a fucking clinic. His hands are crisp. My problem is every time I think of Fabricio Werdum, my mind keeps going back to that Strikeforce debacle versus Alistair Overeem that just didn't make any sense to me. And to see that guy go from that to what he did last night, I don't know if his training camp has changed, if he's eating different food, or if he's using... I don't know what has changed, but he seriously at this point looks like the second best heavyweight in the world, and that's what he's ranked at. And I think he's going to give Cain a fit. I don't think he's going to beat Cain, but this isn't going to be easy for Cain.
It isn't, man. And, you know, it's funny. And remember when we went over this fight, we did the pre-fight video, and I talked about I always sleep on fucking Fabricio Werdum. I'm like, every time I doubt this guy, he does something. And you know what I said? I was saying, fuck it, I'm going to go with him. And then the last second, I changed my fucking mind, and I knew I should have done it. I should just always go against Fabricio Werdum because he'll win. He probably should say, call Kevin White and tell him to not bet on me so I can fuck somebody up. But he looked really, really good last night.
Crisp.
I mean,
he took Travis Browne. He looked crisp. I mean, he showed no holes in his game last night. He took Travis Browne down, who's never been taken down. He beat him standing. He beat him on the ground. He beat him to the ring. He beat him in an eating contest. He beat him for most sweat dropped. I mean, there wasn't anything.
Everything.
Travis looked not like the same fighter we've seen. Now, he fights out of Greg Jackson's camp, and I hope today he's on a treadmill because his cardio stunk. I don't know if he gassed himself out throwing those giant haymakers, but that's the slowest uppercut I've ever seen.
It's, you know, it's funny because I want to look at his, you know, I mean, obviously this was a 5-round fight, but I was wondering last night as the fight was going on.
I don't think he's had a fight ever go past the third.
The only fight he had a fight. The last time he went into 3 rounds was in 2011 against a Rob Broughton, and then he went in 3 rounds in 2010 against Czech Congo, which ended up in a draw. I mean, but his last 5 fights have been in the first fucking round.
What did he weigh in at? Was he at the top of that scale for the heavyweight? Do you know?
I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure.
I mean, let's put it this way: he is not the most peeled heavyweight. Yeah. And if that big dude could get down to 205 and pick up the tempo and get just a hair bit quicker, whoo.
Yeah. He could. And it's funny how now when you see guys and you're thinking, you know what, man, you see them coming up and you heavyweights and they're these heavyweights that are right around 235, 240, and they're not really lean. They're a little doughy and soft. And all of a sudden they tangle with the elite in that class, and you're like, wow, now you really see their skill set. Because, I mean, Fabricio, Werdum made you realize not just only how good he is, but it created a blueprint for Travis Browne, how to beat him. Like when you go up against somebody that's good, you see that person's weakness. Cardio. His cardio needs to improve. You know what I mean? When he gets hit, he got weak on the legs. Like he did not have a lot of stamina. And it seems like after he got picked apart, he was not good at countering either. I mean, Fabricio was pop, pop, pop. He had no type of response to any of that shit. And it's like, I'm like, man, and then in the same breath, if you see some of these guys, like when Travis Browne fought these people previously, he just picked them apart and put them away really quick. You're like, man, this guy looks fucking incredible, you know, which he is. I mean, obviously he's a professional fighter, but it's just, there's so many tiers of, you know.
But that lines us up for Werdum to fight Cain, I guess, in the next couple months. And I'd hate to try to pick a winner of that fight right now. But like I said, I still think Cain should and will win that fight. But it's not going to be a walk in the park.
No, I mean it's not. I mean I'm looking at this. I'm looking back and seeing. Hold on. He lost against Overeem that one time, and Dos Santos knocked. Yeah. Andre Arlovski, you know what's funny, man? He seems like he has, you know, I mean, I look at the people that have beat Werdum, and it's like, it's these big guys that have great hands that are solid, but, you know, I do say this about Werdum. I think he is really focused. He's got an incredible ground game, and you realize at some point that he had to work on his hands, and he's done a great job at doing it.
Yeah, whoever his striking coach is has done a phenomenal job.